There's a silent clock ticking above us all. You can't see it. You can't hear it. But it's always there. From the second you were born, it started counting down, not up, down. Every breath you take is one you'll never get back. Every sunrise is one less you'll ever witness. Every moment that passes is irreversible. You don't get to rewind time. You don't get to pause it. Time doesn't ask for your permission. It doesn't wait for you to get ready. It moves constantly, relentlessly, mercilessly. And yet, we act like we've got forever. We hit the snooze button on life. We waste days on things that mean nothing. We put off our goals. We avoid the hard conversations. We delay the dreams. We say, later, tomorrow, someday. But someday isn't real. It's not a day of the week. It's not on the calendar. It's just a myth we tell ourselves to escape the weight of now. Because now is heavy. Now means pressure. Now means we're responsible for doing something. Not just talking, not just planning, but doing. And that's scary. Because action is uncertain. Effort is uncomfortable. So we hide behind routine, behind distractions, behind the illusion that we have more time. But we don't. Every second you waste is a second you never get back. And when you finally open your eyes, when you finally realize how short this ride is, it hits you like a freight train. You'll look back and wonder where it all went. You'll wonder how months turned into years, how your 20s became your 30s, how your 30s became your 40s, and how all those little decisions you thought didn't matter became your life. Regret doesn't show up loudly. It sneaks in quietly, through the moments you ignored, the books you didn't read, the ideas you never built, the relationships you neglected, the health you took for granted, the time you never respected. Because here's the truth. Time is the most precious currency you will ever own. And it's the only currency you're constantly spending, whether you like it or not. You can earn more money. You can buy more things. You can rebuild your body. You can repair broken trust. But you will never, ever get back time, every second you give away to mindless scrolling, pointless arguments, procrastination, fear. That second is gone forever. And if you multiply that by days, months, years, that's your life slipping by while you wait for the perfect moment to live it. But there is no perfect moment. There is only now. And now is screaming at you. Wake up. Not the kind of waking up where you roll out of bed and check your phone. I mean wake up to life. Wake up to the fact that you are not here forever. That your story will end. That this isn't a rehearsal. It's the show. It's the only show. And you don't get to restart it when you feel like it. You are living it right now. So ask yourself, are you living like it matters? Are you living like time is your greatest asset, not your enemy? Are you building, learning, moving, evolving, experiencing? Or are you just passing time, letting it slip through your fingers like sand? You see, most people don't fear death. They fear getting to the end and realizing they never really lived. They never tried, never risked, never loved fully, never chased the wild dreams they carried since childhood. Because somewhere along the line, they bought the lie that time was cheap, that it could be wasted, thrown away, and there would always be more. But you're smarter than that. You're awake now. You feel it, don't you? That fire, that urgency, that uncomfortable, undeniable truth that time is slipping, and it's time to grab the wheel. No more drifting. No more coasting. No more pretending that later is a strategy. Because every morning you wake up, life hands you a gift. A gift that billions would give anything to receive just one more time. A new day. A blank canvas. Another chance to get it right. You woke up today. Do you realize what that means? It means you still have time. It means you still have a shot. It means you're still in the fight. And that alone is a blessing beyond measure. But what are you doing with it? Are you protecting it like treasure? Or are you wasting it like it's worthless? Because here's what they don't teach you in school. You are the guardian of your own time. No one will protect it for you. The world will try to steal it. People will try to distract you. Comfort will try to seduce you. Fear will try to paralyze you. But you have a choice. You can take control. You can live with urgency. You can treat every minute like it's sacred, because it is. And you can stop pretending that you have forever. You don't have forever. You have now. So move. Get up. Build something. Fix what's broken. Start what you've delayed. Tell the people you love that you love them. Chase the vision that keeps you up at night. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the timing to be right. The timing will never be right, and that's the point. You don't. Live once. You live every single day, but only if you choose to. Only if you wake up to the truth that time is your most powerful asset and your most dangerous enemy, because when it's gone, and all that will remain is what you did with it. So what will your story say? That you waited? That you hesitated? That you buried your potential under excuses and distractions? Or will it scream that you lived fully, deeply, intentionally? The clock is ticking, and there's no way to stop it. But there is a way to use it, to honor it. Not by fearing it, but by respecting it, by making it count. By turning time into impact. You have one life, one shot, one timeline. And it's right now. So live it like you mean it, before the seconds run out.
Part 1. The Tree of Song. In the heart of a vast green forest stood an ancient banyan tree, so tall that its branches reached into the clouds and its roots dug deep into the earth like the fingers of time. This tree was home to a lively flock of sparrows, nearly 100 of them, each chirping and flitting about in harmony. The sparrows were small and brown, with black streaks near their eyes and fluttering wings that never stayed still. The forest folk often called them the singing breeze, because their chatter filled the woods from dawn till dusk. They had everything they needed: fresh water from a nearby stream, seeds from the open fields, insects during the rains, and shade from the sun. But while the sparrows were cheerful and hard-working, they had one great flaw: they were proud and careless. The leader of the flock was an older sparrow named Tiktu. He had a puffed chest and a booming chirp that silenced others. Though he had seen many seasons come and go, he refused to believe that anything could ever go wrong. Beside him was his friend Billow, a sleepy, well-fed sparrow who always found the best napping spots. Then there was Chiku, quick-witted and funny, but too clever for his own good. And finally, there was Chicky, a young, curious sparrow with bright eyes and a quiet voice. She was often ignored, but she listened more than she spoke. Every morning, the sparrows would fly out together to forage in the fields and return before noon, singing songs and sharing stories. All was well until the day Danger flew into the forest on silent wings. Part 2. The Crow's Warning. One morning, as the sparrows flitted about preparing for their daily journey, a shadow passed over the banyan tree. It belonged to Kaka, an old crow with graying feathers and a scar above his right eye. Kaka had traveled across many forests, villages, and rivers. He knew the ways of men, the sounds of their traps, and the smell of danger. He perched quietly on a branch and spoke in a raspy but firm voice. "Sparrows of the banyan tree, listen to me. A hunter walks the edge of your forest. He carries nets and sets traps. Yesterday, I watched him capture a dove and a bulbul with rice scattered over a hidden net. Be warned, danger is near." The flock fell quiet for a moment. Tiktu ruffled his feathers. "Kaka, old friend, you worry too much. Our forest has always protected us. No man would dare stay here." Times have changed, said Kaka. This hunter is clever. He knows the paths you take. He hides well. Chiku laughed. Even if there's a trap, we'll see it coming. We're not fools. The other sparrows chirped in agreement, but Chiki frowned. She flew up beside Kaka and asked softly, "Where did you see the net?" "Near the eastern clearing, just beyond the wild grass," he replied. "Be careful, little one." Chiki nodded. The others, however, went on with their day, laughing off the warning like a joke told too many times. Part 3. Seeds of Trouble. The next morning dawned bright and warm. The forest shimmered with dew and birdsong. The sparrows gathered as usual to fly out. Chiki hesitated. "Maybe we should try a different clearing today," she suggested, "just to be safe." Tiktu scoffed. "Why avoid the eastern clearing? That place is always full of food," Chiku added with a wink. "Unless you believe in ghost nets now?" The flock burst into laughter and took off. Chiki sighed and followed at a distance, scanning the skies and the fields carefully. When they reached the clearing, their eyes sparkled. There on the ground were neat piles of rice and millet, more than they had ever seen in one place. The grains looked fresh and glistened in the morning sun. "Jackpot!" chirped Billow. The sparrows dived down in excitement. Some landed. Some hovered. Some were too hungry to think twice. But Chiki paused midair. Something wasn't right. She circled lower. Eyes narrowed. The ground had no insects, no ants. The grass was unusually flat. And then she saw it, a faint shimmer of threads crossing the soil. "Stop!" she cried. "It's a trap! Fly away!" But before her voice reached them, swoosh! The hunter, hidden behind a bush, yanked a rope. In a flash, the net sprang up, covering dozens of sparrows. Wings flapped. Screams rang out. Beaks pecked uselessly against the ropes. Chiki's heart pounded as she watched her friends struggle, caught like dry leaves in a storm. The hunter stood up, calm and smiling. He tied the net and slung the bundle over his shoulder. The captured birds chirped and pleaded, but he did not stop. Chiki, hiding in the upper trees, clenched her tiny talons. "I won't let this end like this," she whispered. "Not today." Part 4. The Race for Help. Chiki flew as fast as her wings could carry her. Through branches, past streams, over bushes. She didn't stop until she reached the edge of the rocky hill.
Comfort. It feels good, doesn't it? Soft, safe, predictable. Like a warm blanket that wraps around you and says, "You don't need to try. Stay here. Relax." Comfort tells you, "You've got time." Comfort says, "You're doing fine." Comfort whispers, "Why push? Why change?" And you listen. Because comfort is addictive. But here's the truth. Comfort is a cage, a beautiful silent prison. It doesn't have bars. It doesn't look like punishment. But it is, because while comfort protects you from discomfort, it also protects you from growth. While it shields you from pain, it shields you from power. While it saves you from effort, it robs you of evolution. You can't become who you're meant to be if you never leave the zone where nothing changes. Think about it. Everything you want, the dream, the discipline, the strength, the greatness, it lives outside of comfort. It lives on the edge. It lives in challenge. It lives in the unknown. But that's the part we fear, isn't it? We want results without risk, success without struggle, transformation without tension. But it doesn't work like that. There is a price for everything. And the price of comfort is your potential. The longer you stay comfortable, the more your edges dull. The fire inside you dims, your hunger fades. You become numb, not because life isn't offering more, but because you've stopped reaching for it. And soon, days blur together. You lose track of time. You stop setting goals. You settle. Not because you don't want more, but because comfort has made you forget what more even feels like. But here's what they never tell you. Comfort isn't peace, it's stagnation. There's a difference. Peace is earned through effort, through alignment, through purpose. Comfort is avoided through excuses, through distractions, through fear. Peace feels fulfilling. Comfort feels easy until it DOESN single quotes T dot. Because one day you'll wake up in a life that feels too small for your spirit. You'll feel stuck, trapped, disoriented, and you won't know why. But the answer is simple. You chose comfort for too long. You stopped chasing, stopped building, stopped stretching, stopped doing the things that made you feel alive because they were too hard, too painful, too uncertain. But pain has purpose. Discomfort has power, and growth always has a cost. If you want a life that means something, you have to be willing to pay that price, to trade temporary ease for long-term meaning, to trade soft pleasure for sharp progress, to trade fear of failure for the fire of becoming. So ask yourself, what has comfort cost you? How many goals did you bury under "I'll do it later"? How many days did you waste on autopilot? How many opportunities did you let go because it's not the right time? How many dreams did you kill because the path was uncomfortable? Comfort takes from you every single day and gives you nothing real in return. It gives you a false sense of safety, a fragile identity, a temporary high, but nothing that lasts. Growth lasts, discipline lasts, courage lasts, memories made by doing hard things, they last. Comfort, it fades, and when it's gone, it leaves behind regret. The regret of what you didn't do, the words you didn't say, the steps you didn't take, the life you didn't live. But here's the good news. You can leave the cage any day, any moment. You just have to choose it. You have to say, I'm done waiting for easy. I'm done wasting my time protecting a version of me that isn't even growing. I'm ready to be uncomfortable because comfort has nothing left for me. You have to wake up with fire instead of fear. You have to stop chasing soft days and start chasing strong ones. You have to look in the mirror and ask, am I living? Or am I hiding? Because hiding feels good. Until you realize how much it's costing you. So break the routine. Shatter the cycle. Step out into the wild unknown. Do the hard workout. Have the difficult conversation. Make the terrifying leap. Start the business. Write the book. Ask for the shot. Show up when it's awkward. Persist when it's painful. That's where your life changes. Not in the soft moments, but in the ones that make your heart pound and your hands shake. The ones that make you question if you're ready and prove that you are. Because nothing worth having comes from comfort. Nothing worth building is built in safety. You want to grow? Step into the storm. You want to change? Walk toward the resistance. You want to be free? Stop chasing easy. Start chasing truth. And the truth is this: you only get one life. And if you spend it trying to stay comfortable, you'll miss everything that made it worth living. So burn the cage. Walk through the fear. Break the routine. And live like you mean it. Because the price of comfort is far too high. Time doesn't wait. It doesn't stop for sadness. It doesn't pause for doubt. It doesn't slow down when you're tired, lost, or afraid. Time doesn't care how you feel. You could be exhausted, heartbroken, unmotivated, and time keeps moving. You could be stuck in your head, trapped by fear, spinning in confusion, and time doesn't flinch. It just ticks second by second, hour by hour, whether you're focused or distracted, whether you're building or breaking, whether you're chasing life or hiding from it. Time doesn't pick favorites. It doesn't reward the prepared or punish the lazy. It simply moves forward forever, without emotion, without hesitation. So you have two options. You can keep begging for life to give you more time. Or you can get real about how little time you actually have and use it like your future depends on it. Because it does. Let this sink in. Time doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your lack of motivation, your distractions, your procrastination, your fears, your regrets. You can cry. You can complain. You can fall apart for a day, a week, a year. But the world keeps spinning. The clock keeps ticking. And your opportunity gets further and further away. That's the brutal truth. But there's power in it. Because once you understand that time doesn't care, you stop waiting for life to be fair. You stop expecting the world to feel sorry for you. You stop hoping that your emotions will somehow buy you more time. And you start realizing something deeper. Your life isn't controlled by your feelings. It's controlled by your decisions. Decisions you make regardless of how you feel. Decisions that say, I'm tired, but I'm showing up anyway. I'm afraid, but I'm taking the step. I'm overwhelmed, but I'm not backing down. Because this is what discipline looks like. It's doing what matters when you don't feel like it. It's choosing what moves you forward, not what comforts you in the moment. And it's understanding that no one is coming to save your time for you. No one will force you to use it wisely. That's on you. All of it. You've got 24 hours. Today, so does everyone else. The difference isn't in the hours. It's in how you treat them. Some people use those 24 hours to build, to learn, to sweat, to grow, to write the next chapter of their story, whether they feel like it or not. Others throw those hours away. To distraction, to scrolling, to comfort, to delay, to I'll do it tomorrow. But tomorrow is a gamble. Today is the only guarantee. You want a better life? Start treating your time like it's sacred. Start honoring it like it's priceless. Because it is. You can never get a refund on wasted time. You can never ask for it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And that's what makes it valuable. Not because it's rare, but because it's non-renewable. Once spent, it can't be re-earned. It doesn't regenerate. It disappears. So when you say, I'll do it next year, you're not saving time. You're spending it in the most dangerous way. When you say, I don't feel like it today, you're not resting. You're making a withdrawal from a limited account. When you say, maybe someday, you're gambling that you'll still be here, still capable, still alive, but nothing is promised. And that's not meant to scare you. It's meant to free you. Because if you stop waiting for the stars to align, if you stop waiting to feel perfect, if you stop waiting for energy, motivation, clarity, and you just start, you'll begin to take control of the only thing that ever mattered, your time. And with time under control, your life comes alive. Because time used with intention is the most powerful tool on earth. It can build empires, write books, transform bodies, heal relationships, reinvent identities, reshape destinies. But you have to use it. And that starts now, not when you're ready, not when you feel better, not when it's convenient. Now. Because feelings are temporary. But time? Time is permanent. You'll forget how tired you were. You'll forget how unmotivated you felt. You'll forget how afraid you were to begin. But what you won't forget is what you did with your time. You won't forget the day you chose discipline over excuses. You won't forget the moment you stopped caring about how you felt and started caring about what you were creating. You won't forget when you said, enough, my time matters, my life matters, and I'm going to prove it. Because those are the moments that define you, not the easy ones, not the emotional ones, not the perfect ones, but the ones when you were low and moved anyway, the ones when you were unsure and acted anyway, the ones when you were terrified and stepped forward anyway. That's when life rewards you, not because you had more time, but because you respected the time you had. So don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait to feel fearless. Don't wait to feel motivated. That time may never come. And that's okay, you don't need it. All you need is now. And the courage to use it, because time doesn't care how you feel. But your future will so live in a way that your future self will look back and say, I'm proud of what you did with our time. The clock is always ticking. Every second, every minute, every hour, it ticks, whether you move or stand still, whether you rise or retreat, whether you act or avoid. It doesn't pause for your doubts. It doesn't wait for your excuses. It doesn't care how afraid, tired, busy, or uncertain you are. It just ticks. And here's the reality most people never face. You don't get to control the ticking. You only control what you do with it. Right now, this very second, you are spending time you'll never get back. The question is, are you spending it on something that matters? Or are you spending it on the things that don't? Because you only get this life once. No replays, no rewinds, no do-overs when you reach the end and realize you slept through most of it. You see, time doesn't just pass, it compounds. Every hour you waste becomes a habit. Every day you delay becomes a pattern. Every year you coast becomes a life you didn't ask for, but built through inaction. And most people don't even notice it happening. They go through the motions. They follow the crowd. They obey the comfort. And one day they wake up, staring in the mirror, wondering where their fire went. But not you, because if you've come this far, if you've stayed with these words this long, if your soul has been stirred, if your heart is pounding, if your eyes are beginning to open, then this is your moment. Right now. This is the turning point. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when things calm down. Now. Because now is all you ever had. It's all you'll ever have. The future is a concept. The past is a lesson. Now is your power. And this is the moment you stop living like time is free. This is the moment you stop throwing away your minutes like they don't matter. This is the moment you stop letting fear, comfort, and doubt dictate your destiny. This is the moment you say, I'm done watching, I'm done waiting, I'm done wasting. Because you know what's coming. You know where this all ends. You know the clock will hit zero, not someday, but someday. And when it does, you won't get to ask for more. So make the moments count while they're still yours. Wake up with intention. Move with urgency. Speak with fire. Live like your heartbeat is a countdown, because it is. This is your life. You don't get another one. So don't live it soft. Don't live it numb. Don't live it silent. Live it loud. Live it with courage. Live it with hunger. Live it with purpose. Live it with intensity. Live it so fully, so fiercely, so unapologetically, that when the clock runs out, there's nothing left to give, because you gave it all. You showed up. You fought. You created. You mattered. You lived. And that is the only life worth having. So here's your final reminder. You have one life. You have one story. You have one clock, and it's ticking. Every day you wake up is a chance to make it count. Every hour you're given is a chance to rewrite your ending. Every second is a chance to rise. Take it. Own it. Live it like you mean it, because time is not your enemy, it is your greatest gift. But only if you stop wasting it. So go. Run toward the life that scares you. Build what matters. Say what you've been afraid to say. Do what sets your soul on fire. Be who you were born to be. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Because the clock is always ticking, and your time is now.